Lila and Ilara, inseparable since kindergarten. Two peas in a pod. They built forts, shared secrets, dreamt of adventures. Summers tasted like freedom and popsicles. They'd chase fireflies as the sun dipped below the horizon. Their laughter echoed in the warm air. One humid July night, they made a pact under the silver glow of the moon.
Best friends forever.
Lila had whispered, her voice thick with emotion. Ilara, her heart overflowing, squeezed her hand tight. Nothing could ever break their bond. Or so they thought. High school arrived, bringing change. Lila, always the shy one, blossomed. Ilara, used to being the center of attention, felt a pang of envy. Then came Nadia. Nadia was everything Ilara wasn't. Bold, outgoing, effortlessly cool. She gravitated towards Lila, drawn to her quiet charm. Ilara watched, a knot of unease tightening in her stomach. Their laughter, once solely theirs, now included Nadia. Ilara felt a growing resentment, a sense of ownership over Lila that she couldn't ignore. Her possessiveness grew with each passing day. The whispers started subtly, like the rustling of leaves in the wind, barely noticeable at first. Jealous thoughts wormed their way into Ilara's mind, growing louder with each passing day. Why was Lila spending so much time with Nadia? The question gnawed at her, refusing to let go. Didn't she remember their pact? The promise they made under the ancient oak tree to always be there for each other. One crisp autumn afternoon, Ilara, consumed by suspicion and a sense of betrayal, followed Lila into the woods, her heart pounding with every step. She found them by their old fort, whispering and laughing as if sharing a secret. Anger surged through her, hot and uncontrollable.
"You've been spending too much time with her." Ilara's voice trembled with a mix of hurt and rage.
Ilara's voice was sharp, accusatory, cutting through the serene forest air like a knife. Lila, startled, tried to explain, her eyes wide with confusion and hurt, but Ilara wouldn't listen, her mind clouded by jealousy. Their argument escalated, harsh words echoing through the silent woods, shattering the peace that once existed between them. Blinded by jealousy and unable to see reason, Ilara stormed off, leaving Lila heartbroken and confused, standing alone in the woods, the whispers of their friendship now a distant memory. Days turned into weeks, silence stretching between them.
Then the accident happened.
Lila crossing the street, her mind still replaying the fight.
A car horn blared.
A scream cut short.
Guilt crashed over Ilara, suffocating her.
She couldn't escape the image of Lila's terrified face.
Nightmares plagued her.
Whispers followed her, cold breath on her neck.
Objects moved inexplicably.
Lights flickered.
A cold presence permeated Ilara's world, a constant reminder of her actions.
Was it her imagination?
Or was Lila seeking something from beyond the grave?
The haunting escalated, growing more intense with each passing night. What started as subtle disturbances soon became a relentless onslaught of terror.
Scrawled messages appeared on Ilara's mirror, each one more menacing than the last. They seemed to be written by an unseen hand, dripping with malice.
Forever, they read, the letters dripping with an eerie luminescence that seemed to pulse with a life of its own. The words glowed ominously in the dark, casting a sinister light across the room.
The scent of Lila's favorite perfume lingered in the air, chokingly sweet and laced with decay. It was a scent that brought back memories, but now it was twisted, corrupted by the presence that haunted Ilara.
One night, as Ilara lay frozen in her bed, a figure materialized from the shadows. It was a presence she could feel deep in her bones, a cold, unyielding force that filled the room with dread.
Lila. The name escaped her lips in a whisper, filled with a mix of hope and fear.
But not the Lila she remembered. This was a twisted version of the friend she once knew, a shadow of the past that had come back with a vengeance.
This Lila was spectral, her eyes burning with a cold fury. They were eyes that held no warmth, only a chilling promise of retribution.
"You promised," Lila hissed, her voice a hollow echo that seemed to reverberate through the very walls of the room.
"You broke your promise." The words were like a dagger, piercing through Ilara's heart with their accusatory tone.
Terror choked Ilara, her breath coming in short, panicked gasps. She could feel the weight of the ghostly presence pressing down on her, suffocating her with its malevolence.
She wanted to scream, to apologize, to beg for forgiveness, but no sound escaped her lips. Her voice was trapped, just like her, in a nightmare from which there was no escape.
Driven to the edge, Ilara returned to their fort. It was a place that once held memories of joy and laughter, now overshadowed by the weight of her past actions. The forest seemed to whisper her name, a constant reminder of the choices she made.
She needed to break free from the haunting, from the crushing weight of her guilt. Every step she took felt like a struggle against invisible chains, binding her to the past. The forest, once a sanctuary, now felt like a prison.
As she stepped into the clearing, the air grew heavy, the forest floor littered with decaying leaves. The scent of earth and rot filled her senses, a stark contrast to the vibrant life that once thrived here. The silence was deafening, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves.
There, amidst the rotting wood and tangled vines, stood Lila. Her presence was both a comfort and a torment, a reminder of the bond they shared and the promises they made. Ilara's heart ached with the weight of unspoken words and unresolved feelings.
Her ghostly form shimmered, a cold wind whipping around her. The air grew colder, and Ilara could feel the chill seep into her bones. Lila's eyes, once full of life, now held a sorrow that mirrored Ilara's own.
"You can't escape me," Lila whispered, her voice a chilling lament. The words echoed in Ilara's mind, a haunting reminder of the inescapable past. The bond they shared was unbreakable, forged in moments of joy and sorrow.
Were bound together forever. The memories of their childhood, the promises made under the moonlit sky, all came rushing back. Ilara felt a tear roll down her cheek, the weight of their bond pressing down on her.
The world dissolved around Ilara, the forest, the guilt, the fear, all consuming her. She felt herself being pulled into the depths of her own mind, the lines between reality and memory blurring. The forest seemed to close in on her, the shadows growing darker.
Some say that if you listen closely, on a quiet night in those woods, you can still hear the echo of Ilara's screams. The forest holds onto its secrets, the whispers of the past carried on the wind. The haunting cries serve as a warning to those who dare to venture too deep.
A chilling reminder of the devastating price of obsession and the unbreakable bonds forged in promises made under the moonlit sky. The forest stands as a testament to the power of memory and the enduring nature of the bonds we create, even in the face of overwhelming guilt and sorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow.